You're listening to The Starting Block on tavshow.com.
The following program is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, cretins, and dishwipes. If you are a moron or a member of the PTL Club, please turn off your radio, because we don't need any more stupid, narrow-minded, pencil-neck geeks who wouldn't know the First Amendment if it came up and bit them on the butt. Thank you.
Okie dokie, roll 'em!
Nothing to rearrange. Sometimes you just get a feeling like you need some kind of change. No matter what.
Hey, we're on the starting block for another week. Big show as always. We've got hot teachers. We've got 100 litres of strawberries. We've got stoushes. We've got family matters talk. That's right, all that and much, much more here on the block.
Standing tall on the wings of my dream. Rise and fall on the wings of my dream. Rain, thunder, wind and haze, I'm bound for better days. My life, my dream, and nothing's gonna stop me now.
It's Greeno here from the starting block. On behalf of the block, we just wanted to let you all know that we're all in this together. Well, except if you have coronavirus, then stay the fuck away. But in every other situation, we're in it together. To all of you on the front lines, those of you turning a footstool, a wok and a pitchfork into a home gym, those of you who have given your housemates a mental breakdown because you decided lockdown was a great time to learn the keyboard and the only thing you can play after 8 weeks is chopsticks over and over and over again. And those of you who are homeschooling and are now understanding the question you used to harass your maths teacher with of, when the fuck are we ever going to need to know this in the real world, is coming back to bite you on the ass. Just remember, like a 1990s Australian sitcom, we're all in this together. The days may be long, but in times like this, you can rest assured we will be here to waste an hour of your week, Friday nights Australian time, at dlive.tv/the starting block. So take care, social distance, whack on a mask, and subscribe to our show on iTunes. It may not cure coronavirus, but it sure will help us with our rankings. And isn't that really the most important thing right now?
Public Radio's loss is tavshow.com's game. You're listening to The Starting Block.
Hey, we're on the starting block for another week. Got myself Greeno and I'm joined by a man who's just aching for a big old bucket of strawberries. My co-captain Damon, what we serve.
Very good, Greeno. Good evening to you, boys, girls, listenership, blockheads, millions around the world. Yep, strawberries are a staple in our house now because the baby BoogieBumper baby. It seems like it's a very baby-friendly food. They love the strawberries. It's like crack to that kid, man.
Yeah.
If you flash a strawberry in front of her, it's like, hey, do you want a sandwich? No. Do you want one of these? No. Do you want to drink? Do you want to drink water? Like the most basic thing that you need to survive? No. You put a punnet of strawberries in front of her face and look out, turns into a werewolf. Yeah.
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 I like it.
Jumps up, starts clinging to you, grabs you like a, like a wild animal. It's like, okay, have some fucking strawberries then. Jesus. But she's eating us out of house and home.
Yeah, that's the problem.
These fuckers aren't cheap anymore, Green.
They're not
Cost
cheap.
of living.
No. We I have to obviously ask the kids each week, hey man, what do you want? What fruit do you want me to get for this week? And we get our basics, we get the apples, we get the bananas because they're on the cheaper side. And then I'm like, okay, we'll pick one thing, and it's always like a berry or whatnot, and that's fine. We go grape, a berry. But each week I'm looking at it like, oh, we want blueberries, we want strawberries. I'm like, you can pick one, man, because fucking I'm out $12 for one small little punnet of blueberries. You're getting 3 blueberries each. That's how we got to spread this out over the week for that particular value. So
there's a lot of scams that the modern world have placed on us. Fiat currency, the moon landing. I think the greatest scam that's ever been, perpetrated on the living and breathing public in this current year, Greeno, is the fact that we're paying like $10 a punnet for shit that grows out of the ground.
Yeah,
like literally, you just fucking throw some seeds in the ground and you can grow this shit. $10 a fucking punnet, it grows. You're not making it. It's not like it's in a lab, and that's that's another fallacy. They talk about lab grown food, like lab grown meat and stuff, and it's like, wait, shouldn't that be more expensive? Who's paying all these fucking scientists? I know the farmers are killing themselves because they don't get paid enough. You're trying to tell us that guys in lab coats can do it cheaper in these multi-million-dollar facilities? Who the fuck are you kidding, mate? Who paid all these bills?
What are we doing? If we can do it in a lab, why are we making the farmers bust their ass out there on the land?
Let's get the farmers working in the lab then.
In the lab, cut of the middleman.
Yes, exactly.
Everyone's a winner, baby.
Fixed it.
Very good. David, I know we're going to touch on the strawberry thing 1 second. If I can do a quick story time.
Oh, please, yeah.
I like stories about pinatas.
We've talked many a time on this show about the difficulty in getting people to take our money. When it comes to services, whether it be around the home, whether it be about going into stores and them wanting to give us, have us give them information that we don't want to hand over. You're going, look, you can take, or people who go, no, we don't take cash. Well, you don't get my money. Various scenarios we've had over the last couple of years of like, we're trying to give people our coin, but they just won't take it for some strange reason.
Just to give you a little context to this audience, Greeno, long before the COVID-19 era of everyone was asking for all of your fucking contact details everywhere you went. As soon as you walked out of your house, someone was up in your ass going, can I have your name and address, please? And how far have you traveled? Long before that was a constant. And I'm talking like decades before, at least one decade plus change. Greeno was the pioneer of going into stores and he'd go to purchase something, and that hideous fucking trend that began many years ago where people in stores were like, so what's your email address? Greeno would, quite rightly, flat out refuse and like, no, I'm not giving you shit. It's like, well, we need the email address to email you the receipt. No, you can print the receipt. Oh, we don't actually print receipts anymore. And he would put the products back on the counter and say, well, I'm not fucking buying the shit then. And walk out whistling. Long before.
Go get shoes elsewhere. That's fine.
There's plenty of shops out there. Yeah.
Huh?
Yep. Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah.
So we did it. We did a similar thing with a pair of glasses. It was like, they wouldn't let us buy it unless we gave them like an email address, like full on. They were like, no, we have to get your email address, otherwise you can't pay it. And it's like, that's ridiculous. Here's cash. I've got cash in front of you right here for this fucking pair of glasses. Do you want it or not? And it's like, no, we need to get your email address. So we said, fuck it, and we walked out. And it was set of sunglasses for the Lady Boogs. And we went in the same shopping centre. There's another glasses shop. And we went in there and told them the story, and they were pissing themselves laughing. They said, mate, you can pay with cash. It's fine. Here you go. And we made a point of walking to the other store that refused us with the glasses on, saying, hi, guys, just letting you know we got another pair, so thanks for your help. Fucking go fuck yourselves. Yeah. Nice, Gary.
Enjoy your email address. Yeah. For me, one of the biggest bugbears I've had over the last couple of years, for 2 years now, I've been trying to get a handyman at my local area, my new area, but to no avail. I have literally, and I think I counted at one point. I think I was up to 24 different requests, and no one to get back to me. And my wife's like, "Are you sure you're sending these people emails and requesting quotes?" I'm like, "I've called them, I've emailed them. Fucking no one is returning my call. No one wants my cash."
Yep. They do not want your money.
They do not want my money.
I guess
and I'm like,
you must be
given a
so
big list.
things must be so good for you right now. You must be rolling in dough so much.
You guys must be flush. Yeah.
You don't want any
so
more
much
jobs.
Coin. Don't want more coin. That's okay. And there was like, and my wife was like, maybe because I was giving them like, hey, these are the things I need done. Like, just want to check if you do them. And she's like, maybe the problem is that the list, there's too many things on the list. I mean, no, that's the exact opposite. Like, they want that because they're like, man, this guy's fucking going to pay for a ton of jobs. That's the job we want.
Yeah.
Like, I had like a dozen things on this list.
Yeah. We'll be there 3 days. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then every time I got a little bit close to like finally getting hit, so I had like a guy come out and do a quote. And then he's like, "Oh, mate, I'll send you the quote in like a couple of days," and then never got back to me. I chased him up, never got back to me. He like ghosted me. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to give you my money. Then I had another dude who was like, came out, gave the quote, set a date, and then said, "Yeah, man, I'll be there." And then fucking never showed up. And I called him, like, where the fuck are you? He's like, "Oh, mate, I got hacked." And I'm like, what? Like,
I got hacked.
About, man? Why am I? You got hacked, but why am I calling you then to go, "Hey, where are you? You went to be here 4 hours ago." So anyway, that dude never called me back. So I was like, fuck me, I'm almost giving up. And thankfully, and I'm proud to, very excited to say, Handyman came out yesterday.
Okay.
Finally got one after 2 years.
Yeah.
And you could not believe how happy I was to hand over thousands of dollars to this man. Because I'm like, finally, I have someone to take my cash.
Almost paid him up front, I bet. It's like, "Oh, thanks for showing up. Here's 500 just I
was ready to go.
Yeah.
I was ready to go. I had the cash there. You go, my mate. Here you go. Like, thanks. Come in the door, please. Come on. Just start the job. And I'm happy days.
Here, help yourself to the fridge. Fuck my wife. Whatever you got to do. Just get the job done, and I'll pay you 20% extra. It's great. Thanks for being
Also, once I got the dude in the door, I was like, well, now he's here. I know he's here. He started the work.
Yeah.
Now I got to fucking tack on some other shit.
I see.
So, because I'm like, mate, why are you here? I was like,
While you're at it.
while you're at it, you're already here, man.
no.
And I've already got you in the room. Can I chuck on these jobs? How much for these jobs? He's like, 150 for that, 200 for that. I'm like, mate, done.
It's like you were selling the place off, mate. I don't know if you noticed that guttering around the side there. What do you reckon?
What do you reckon?
About 200. Yeah. Fucking put that on the list. It'll be a live-in handyman by the end of the week. By the sounds of it.
If I didn't already tap out the cash I had in my house, I was very close to get the dude to do all the caulking around the outside of my property. And I'm like, that's like $2,000 job. I don't have $2,000 in cash lying around. I better fucking not hit him up to do the caulking. But locked him off. Dude ended up doing like 12 different jobs around my house today, yesterday and today. Did a fucking fantastic job. Reasonable price for what I was expecting, but he fucking showed up after 2 years. I had a cabinet that I literally bought 2 years ago that I've been waiting to put up. It's been sitting in my garage, and every day it frustrated me seeing it, going, I just need a fucking handyman to come out and put this bastard up.
Why didn't you try? Why didn't you give it a crack?
Because it involved like drilling into like
the wall
and pylons, and it's like a fucking 10 kilo cabinet. What would have happened is I would have put it up. I would have fucked it up. I would have broken the cabinet, and then I would have had to pay someone to go and repair all the shit I just broke. So
it's funny.
I kind of put them in.
Greeno and myself are pretty handy, but we're not handy men. I think that's one thing that we have in common. We're not particularly handy men types. I did, Greeno, you'll be very proud of me. A few years ago, I mounted a television in the wall and found the pylon, and like not the pylon, it's not the pylon, found it, whatever the fuck they call it, where the wood is. We don't even know the basic terms.
That's what I'm saying. It's not the stud. No, the stud.
Fucking, yes, I found the stud.
Yeah,
found the stud in the wall, and it was, I thought I found the stud, so we had like one of those detector things that you kind of swipe over the wall.
Stud finder.
Yeah, and it was like I was swiping for 10 minutes and nothing was happening, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's like a bit of wood here. So
got to be something here.
Yeah, so either the stud finder's wrong or, it's broken or something. Went out and got another cheap one because I didn't want to make holes in the wall. And I ended up, like, I couldn't get that to work either. And we ended up doing the knock thing where you go, and I'm like, I'm knocking around. And look, now in hindsight, I'll admit it. It all sounded the same to me, every knock that I made. But I've knocked in one place and I've turned to the lady Boogs and like I mustn't have looked too convincing because I said, I think this is right. And she looked at me and she goes, you sure? You sure it's right?
Yeah.
I said, well, no, not really, but we'll drill and see what happens. And so I drilled and I'm like, it felt sturdy. I'm like, okay, that's a good start. I said, look, at the end of the day, if I'm putting a hole in here for no reason, we can just put some spack filler in it or something and fucking paint over it and that'll be fine.
You know how to spack fill though?
No, so we'd have to get a handyman for that too.
Have to get a handyman, that's my point.
Yeah. So put the TV mount on the wall. And this is a very risky exercise because it's not just the mount or the wall you're worried about. It's a brand new TV you've just purchased, you know.
Pressure's on.
Yeah. So, you know, she's holding the mount and I've put the TV on the mount and I've screwed it in and bolted it into the mount and the mount's in the wall. And then there is this moment, I've never experienced anything like it. And I've done some things, you know, I've swam, you know, when I was a swimmer, I've swam in, like when I was a kid, I've swam in like some pretty, you know, high profile races and stuff where it's very nervous, you know, a lot of nervous energy. Yeah. You got like you know, high level national coaches watching you and shit. And it's like, oh God, this is petrifying, you know. Yeah. I've played gigs in front of, you know, large groups of people. I've done streams. I've done, you know, I've been on stage and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, they're all nerve wracking experiences. I have never experienced the type of nervous sheer terror that I have when I'm holding this TV on this mount and this wall that I've mounted and the lady Boogs and I'm like, okay, let it go. That was the most terrifying moment of my life.
Leap of faith. It's that trust exercise where you're like, hey, I'm going to fall back and you got to catch me. Yeah. Like the mount is the catch me moment.
Yeah, she twigged that I wasn't confident because before I said let go, I said, all right, just don't stand under it. And she kind of shot me this look like, what do you mean don't stand under it? I should be able to hang off this fucking thing, you know.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, just don't stand under it before you let it go. But I am pleased to report that a few years later, the TV is still in place. The mount.
Yeah, well done, sir. Nice, Gary.
Yeah, nice, Gary.
Nice, Gary. I don't have that confidence when it comes to holes in the wall.
Yeah.
That's my general rule. I'm a grunt work dude. Like, you want me to sit there, you want me to paint,
shovel.
You want me to paint the house, you want me to paint, shovel, dig, those kind of things, top to bottom. Like, I will literally burn myself to a crisp and destroy my body digging, shoveling, paving, all that kind of gear. Not a problem, because I'm not destroying anything, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, all I got to do is just repaint over it. That's okay. But as soon as I'm putting holes in the walls, I'm potentially like drilling into studs that is like, you know, load bearing, shit like that. I'm like, well, I probably shouldn't do that. Let's pay a professional. So I was happy to hand over that coin today.
So you got that cabinet out of the garage. You freed up that space. What have you done with it? What have you put in its place? You got some other project on the burn?
Well, it was actually...
you got a cork gun sitting there now, I think.
I got the cork gun ready to go. No. It was actually blocking my DVD. So I haven't been able to get the DVDs out.
Couldn't watch Beer Fest, Greeno.
I can't watch Beer Fest. I can't watch Samurai Pizza Gats, the series.
Dawson's Creek.
I got Dawson's Creek there. What else was it blocking? Let me have a look. It was blocking the Seinfeld box set. I haven't watched that in a couple of years. Yeah. What do we got here? Scrubs. Scrubs is blocked.
Scrubs. You were a big fan of Scrubs back in the day. I never watched it. Never watched it.
John Safran's Music Jamboree. That one was blocked.
Okay.
I haven't been able to access that. Larry Sanders Show. That one was
Larry
there.
Sanders Show was classic. That was
so good.
Yeah.
So those DVDs have been untouched because there was a big old cabinet blocking it for the last couple of years. So looking forward to checking out those ones.
Looking into those bad boys.
Yeah.
Fantastic. What a beautiful story.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like stories about pinatas.
Let's talk this story. Let's talk a little bit Strawberries Day, man, because we're, 20 minutes into the show?
I've been missing your strawberry kisses.
20 minutes into the show, and we haven't talked food yet. It seems wrong. It seems off.
Yeah.
We need to talk some kind of food. This dude, I don't know whether he falls into the hero or douchebag.
It's a fine line sometimes.
It's a very fine line because this dude was trying to work out whether he could eat 100 litres of strawberries.
Well, first of all, before we go too far, I'm going to pull a dick move on this guy because obviously it's a 100-litre fish tank that he's using to measure this by. If you're listening to the podcast, you can't see. It's a 100-litre fish tank and it's filled bottom to top with strawberries.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's not really
Space.
100 litres. Yeah, there's space in between. Strawberries
Gaps.
are not liquid. So I reckon we're more in the 90 litres category. So straight away, I'm like, you fucking poser.
You're shortchanging us here.
Yeah.
That's a little bit disappointing.
You want to under-promise and over-deliver, Greeno, in your life, in
100%.
these things. Look at all
I
the
mean,
air in this fucking tank. I
Plenty,
can
plenty of
see.
air, plenty of gap. Yeah, there's shortcuts right there.
Is he
Have a look
eating
at
the green
have a look at-
things as well?
No. Also, have a look at the back right. Back right. There's fucking plenty of gap over there. That's no
Plenty
good.
of gap.
Plenty of gap. Thigh gap, if you will. Strawberry gap.
Yep.
If we can, I don't mean to interrupt. I feel like we need to just quickly, I need to interrupt this. This just reminded me. Sad day today.
Is it?
Very sad day.
Is it?
With the announcement of the retirement of Takuro Kobayashi, who retired from competitive eating. He was the
little Japanese guy who was the hot dog guy's great enemy, wasn't he? Joey Hot Dogs or whatever it was.
What's his name? Joey Frankfurter.
Frankfurt.
No, it was Joey something. Joey Chestnut. That's
Joey
the one.
Kilbasa, I think.
Joey Chestnut is the guy's name.
Joey Vice First. Yeah.
Takuro Kobayashi, he was the original hot dog eating champion.
Right.
So what would happen is, like, these Americans, Nathan's hot dog eating championship's been around for years.
Yeah.
And the Americans would sit there and they'd eat like 10, 15 or whatever, and they would be the winner. And then this dude from Japan came over and smashed like 50 hot dogs. And everyone was like, what the fuck is this? So from 2001, 2006, he was a 6-time Nathan's hot dog eating champion.
The only reason I know him is because I think they referenced him in King of the Hill in one of those episodes. I was like, oh, okay, that's Kobayashi, that guy. There
was a whole doco about his rivalry between Kobayashi and Joey Chestnut.
Because Joey Chestnut would be like, how can America not be the hot dog eating champion of the world?
Yeah.
How can this be allowed to happen? How can Japan be beating us? I need to train. I need to turn myself into a machine, a hot dog eating machine to knock this Jap guy off. Basically.
And he did.
Yeah, and he did.
He's now like a 15-time hot dog eating champion.
Yeah.
But Kobayashi.
Pete Sampras meet Roger Federer.
100%. Yeah, exactly. Kobayashi, you're right. He is the Pete Sampras. But he held the record for consuming meatballs, burgers, and other foods in short periods of time. Credited with popularizing the competitive eating and also popularized the Solomon method for eating hot dogs.
Do you ever really retire from eating? Because he's going to be eating. Like, do you reckon his friends, when they go to a buffet, they're like, come on, just do it. Come on, Kamui. What's his name? Kamui?
Takuro Kobayashi.
Takuro. Do you reckon they're like, Taki, come on, man. Did you see that fucking hot dog tray over there? Come on, just do it one more time, just for fun. Yeah, just come on. It's my son's birthday. Can you please just eat 20 hot dogs for us in the next 10 minutes? You know?
Exactly.
I'm sure he gets that shit all the time.
100%. No matter where he goes, someone's going to try and get him to smash down his dinner fast. Like, I just want to have a nice, relaxing meal. Nah, eat it quick.
Takuri, come and eat my dinner for me, and I'll take a selfie with you. Is that okay?
Exactly. Yeah. Eat it quick. He retired from competitive eating due to health concerns. Yeah. What do you reckon that might have been, Damo?
Oh, blocked anus.
Sprained ankle? Yeah, sprained ankle or something.
Pulled a hammy. Yeah.
Pulled a hammy. Can't be out there with a pulled hammy. Better announce the retirement there.
He's got strains in his shoulder muscles, I think.
Yeah. Who would have thought eating hundreds of thousands of hot dogs over the years could lead to health concerns? Crazy. Crazy notion. Yeah. But there we go. Yeah, that reminded me. Sorry, I just got distracted, as I generally do.
Looking after his body. That's the main thing.
So, yeah, I just want to give him a nice Gary on his retirement. Nice career. Takuro Kobayashi.
What a career it was, Greeno.
Yeah.
A career of professional eating. Anyway, this guy, I think he's looking for a career in professional eating. Let's have a look. 100 litres of strawberries.
Yeah. That's definitely a lot of strawberries. Like, for our podcast listeners, this dude is literally just eating a fish tank worth of strawberries. So, not exactly good. He's 2 hours in. He's probably, what do you reckon, about
20%?
Yeah, I was going to say a little bit less than that, maybe an eighth of the way through the tank thus far.
Yep. He's already starting to lean on the tank now, 2 hours in.
Yeah, that's always a problem. The 4 hours.
About 40% of the way through, I reckon, at 4 hours.
Yeah, I would say 40%.
Yep. So you need to keep that in mind. So he's 40% of the way through after 4 hours. So you'd be thinking, I could probably knock this off in 8 hours, like do a full shift, you know?
The more you eat, though, slower you get.
Yeah. he went from 40% to 50%. Took him 2 hours, right?
2 more hours. So suddenly,
Yeah.
we look at the ratio here. Now it's not just the eating of the strawberries. You're right. It's the stamina, right?
Yeah.
Like if you ask me to do anything for 6 straight hours, I'm like, nah, I don't know, man. Like even if you go, hey, can you just sit down and watch baseball for 6 straight hours? Like I'm probably going to want to go and like go do something else for a bit because I like baseball, but I don't know, man. I need a bit of a break in the middle.
Hey, bro,
Halfway
would you like to have Sydney Sweeney kind of gobbling on your old fella for 6 hours? And like, yeah, look, I'd probably get bored after an hour. To be honest,
we once again need to divert there. I don't understand the whole Sydney Sweeney thing.
What do you mean?
I don't get it.
You don't get what?
I don't get her. I don't get the whole kind of like fascination with Sydney Sweeney. One, she's not a very good actress. Two, like
she's not a very good actress. No, she doesn't have to.
The body's good. The face, not so much.
Really?
Yeah, it's just kind of. I don't understand it. I don't get it.
Really?
Ah,
Well, okay, that's strange. I don't have that problem.
they're on. Ah,
No, 10 out of 10 for me.
really? Nah, see, I don't get
No,
it.
totally. Yeah.
Oh. What we're trying to think.
8 hours now, and he's only done another 10%. Greeno, it's starting to the brakes are really getting jammed on this exercise now.
It's a battle. What makes someone think, hey, here's a good idea? Let's smash down a fish tank worth of strawberries.
It's the internet, and everything's already been done. I think that's what it is. I think that's why you're seeing these cooking videos come out now, where it's like, okay, so I'm going to grill an old work boot, and I'm going to fill it with Parmesan cheese, and then slap some tuna on the outside of it, and then dip it in, hot chocolate, and it's like, oh, what a supreme dish. I think that's why those things are taken off now, because everything's already been cooked. Everything's already been done. People have been grossed out. Yesterday, casually while I was taking a shit, I saw a video on Twitter of a rapper who accidentally shot himself in the head and live streamed it. He was flicking a gun around like a fucking idiot, He's like, he obviously didn't, gun safety guys. You always check the fucking, make sure that, there's not one in the chamber, right? Before you always do your checks before you start flicking your gun around and being like a cowboy. And he was flowing. Have you seen that video? I forget his name.
I think I have seen it.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, motherfucker, yeah, and he's being, funny and stuff, and he puts the gun up to his head and pulls the trigger, and there was a bullet in it, and blew his fucking brains out, Greeno, live on video. So, everyone's already been desensitized to everything. Everything's already been done, So what else is there to do but fill a fish tank full of strawberries and do a time-lapse video of yourself eating it?
Yeah.
Can we get Manchi do us a strawberry recipe or something? Like, how can we turn 100 liters of strawberries into pancakes or something?
Okay, let me look. You keep going with the video. I'm going to look up
Manchi.
I'm going to look up what Manchi strawberries.
Because if Manchi hasn't done it, I don't want to know about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It's getting down to the bottom now. 10 hours, Greeno. He's got about 20% left to go.
Yeah.
I reckon once you start seeing the bottom of the tank, you'll speed up again. Like,
oh yeah, you kind of power through. It's that kind of like when you're running a marathon.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh man, I'm only this far away. I'm going to sprint the rest. Like I'm good to go. Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Go on. There's a lot of natural sugars and stuff in strawberries. Would this? It seems like a redundant question. Is it bad for you to eat 100 liters of strawberries? I'm sure it is.
It's bad to eat 100 liters of anything. To be fair, like no matter
what
health
that's what I mean. But of all the food challenges that you could do, I would imagine that strawberries is probably one of the healthier ones compared to say 100 hot dogs or something like that.
100%. Yeah, no, it's definitely on the thing, but there's a fair bit of sugar in that. I'm getting like I can smell the diabetes on him. It's natural diabetes, but it's still going to be diabetes.
Imagine if someone had to come around just after he was in the toilet. They'd think he was dying of fucking, a very acute kind of stomach cancer because it'd just be pure red, in the toilet bowl when you're taking a shit, you know.
Well, that's the thing. The bowl the next probably week is something I personally don't want to be clean. There's a lot of domestos that's going to be needed in the back end.
Toilet duck won't be able to handle this.
Toilet duck will not do it. We need like exit mold.
We need
like,
the gurney, the fucking thing.
Straight in.
Call the handyman up. Hey mate, $200. Do you reckon you can clean out this strawberry shit off the side of the toilet for me?
100%.
You got a pressure washer in there?
Yeah, you'll do that. Damo, I don't mean to get you excited. We have 2 different strawberry related manchi recipes here.
Do we really? Can you put one in the chat? Because we'll have to watch that.
Yes, I can. So we've got strawberry jam, or we can go strawberry milkshake.
Ooh, I think strawberry jam kind of is self-explanatory. So let's go the strawberry milkshake. Let's see how she does a beverage.
Cool. All right, I'll send that. I'll put that through to the chat. We'll watch that after this one.
Yep, fantastic.
We love our manchi on this show.
We do. There he is, the last one. So wait, is he eating the green bits?
That's a very good question.
I think he is.
I think he has to eat the green bits.
He is. Look. Watch this again.
That's some concerning roughage. So now
that last one, he just shoveled it in. He's eating the green bits as well. Okay, I'll give him a nice Gary for that.
Nice, Gary!
The hell of an effort.
I'm gonna put it. Okay, I'm also gonna make one more comment here. Okay, are we seeing a little bit of AI action here? Did this man actually consume the strawberries? Because hear me out. You've been with the BoogieBumper baby.
Yes.
When she's eating strawberries. What happens as soon as you have any strawberries, whether it's in a bowl, whether it's in a plate? There's red shit everywhere, right?
Yes, true.
Have a look how clean that fish tank is as these strawberries deplete. There is not one drip of red anywhere. Now, I'm looking at this dude's mouth. I'm looking at his fingers. I'm looking everywhere. I do not see any red juice in any way, shape, or form.
That's a good point, Greeno, because the weight of the strawberries on the top would have surely crushed.
Squish the fuck out of the ones at the bottom. There should be red shit everywhere. And you mean to tell me that he has picked like 100, was it 10 litres? 100 litres, whatever it may be, of like perfectly ripe strawberries. There's not one mushy one anywhere in the bunch. I'm calling bullshit on this video, dude.
I'm also calling bullshit purely for the fact because we've talked about how expensive strawberries are. This looks like a very working class kitchen to me. I don't think he could afford 100 litres of strawberries in the first place. I think we've been duped, Greeno. I think this is a fake. This is a deep fake.
I think we've wasted a good 15 minutes of our show on something that's a fake video.
Can I also just say, too, he bears a striking resemblance to George Russell, Greeno, the Formula One driver.
He does have a little bit of George Russell about him. He's got a little bit of Louis Theroux as well.
Little Louis Theroux thrown in for good measure.
No, here we go. Sorry, there is a little bit of red spots on his fingers.
Yeah, but it's not what you'd expect.
I'm expecting, I need to see some red on that glass. That glass is unless he's sitting there polishing the glass at every time lapse point.
No.
I think there's a bit of bullshit here.
Okay. Well, it's a dick move then.
Dick! Yeah.
No good. We don't accept that kind of shit here, that kind of tomfoolery around here.
I tell you who doesn't do any deep fakes? Yeah. Manchi.
Let's see what Manchi does here with a strawberry milkshake, Greeno. Let's have a little look. Oh. Fucking, I accidentally hit mute tab once on YouTube, and now I have to, every time I load a new YouTube window, I have to fucking unmute the tab again for some reason. It's just set that.
Side note, this show's probably going to get blocked on YouTube because YouTube has gone nuts on any kind of infringement lately, I've noticed, where we got like 17 different strikes last week because we played a bunch of videos. I'm like, it's on YouTube. You're striking me for YouTube. It has that copyright. Anyway.
That's been going on for years, but...
we literally got striked for bosom buddies last week.
Really?
And we've been playing bosom buddies for fucking 20 years. Yeah. How is this a problem now?
Everybody who was around when bosom buddies came out is fucking dead.
Dead, yeah. Surely that's outside of copyright. Like, it only lasts 100 years. B. Arthur's fucking 200 years old. There is no way that song's still inside copyright.
Well, apparently it is.
It is.
Lucky we don't give a fuck about, lucky we're not making money doing
viewers.
This.
Yeah. We don't give a fuck about viewers.
Yeah. Okay, how to make a strawberry milkshake. It's been a while since we've enjoyed a Mang Chi. I just love her energy, Greeno, her positivity, you know? So.
Actually, sorry, can we quickly pause? I just pulled up what we got banned for last week.
Yeah.
So it was Larry at the Balky. So our intro where we did the Perfect Strangers theme, that was a strike.
Okay, fair enough.
Bosom Buddies was a strike.
Mm.
The fact we played Step Back in Time was a strike.
Okay.
And then there
wow,
were
that
4
5 second, you mean, hang on, you mean this? To get down and boogie, all you can do is step back in time. That's another strike.
That's one. That one got us a strike. Let's see what else it was, because I didn't bother reading the rest of it.
Well, we didn't play this one, so let's load them up.
I don't wanna wait for our lives to be over. Will it be yes or will it be?
Creek, that's right.
So
Let's see if we can get one for this too.
Folks are dumb where I come from.
Oh, hang on, Bruno. Do you reckon we'll get one for this? Do you reckon Mark Webber's a cunt?
I'm a Canberra milk kid. From the time that I was old enough, my mum would pour a great big cup.
There you go. Maybe we'll get one for this too. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, that one's definite.
Yeah.
Eats for Eats for a Lonely Man. That one was also last week. That was a strike.
Okay.
And what else was there? Nadir was another strike as well.
Who
So
the fuck wasn't it? I don't even remember what these were.
no, from 2:05 to 3:40 apparently. We played some stupid YouTube video,
Okay.
and yeah, that was about it.
Right. Okay. Well,
So there you go.
strike away. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, hey, no one's watching. Who gives a fuck?
Lucky Elon lets us do it. Lets us
Yeah.
get away with it. Elon doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go back to Manchi.
Manchi.
She's fine.
Yep.
Manchi's looking good today. Let's pause. Let's dissect Manchi's outfit.
Well, she's
the
actually
get-up.
very conservatively dressed. She's normally got some crazy kind of Melbourne Cup style headgear on.
She does, but I'm liking. She's got a new haircut. She's got a bit of a. That's not a bob. That's a kind of a. It's a very 1960s Bridget Bardot look.
Yes, it is.
You will?
Yeah.
The earrings are looking good. I'm liking the kind of bright yellow thing. It's high vis. It's safety.
Yep.
If you're in the kitchen, you don't want to. It's in the dark and you don't want to run into Manchi, she's got you covered.
Interesting. She's got a widescreen microwave. Look at that. How does a circle? Because there must be a round thing in there for it to turn. How would it turn in a rectangle, Greeno?
What are you talking about? Every microwave is a rectangle.
Not to that extent. Look at it. Like, so it's so wide. So what I'm saying is you could put like a really wide like tray in there, but it couldn't turn anyway. So it's
Of course it would. Yeah, it's probably as deep as it is wide.
You reckon?
Yeah,
You reckon it's just a huge microwave, Greeno?
It's a huge microwave.
I don't know. I'm calling bullshit on that.
Manchi, don't fucking skimp on the microwave, dude. She's got a big boy microwave.
Okay.
Make a very, very simple recipe.
She needs to get mic'd up. I think we've established that with Meng Chi.
Manchi's got to get some audio.
Yeah.
I can't say anything because my audio has been shit for how many years? I work out of a garage. There's literally a big echo chamber. I probably need to put some cushions or something in here. But
she could use a boom mic or something, a lapel mic.
Manchi has followers. We have no one.
Yeah.
So, surely.
Hasn't someone advised her, Mang Chi, I really love your videos, but what the fuck are you saying? I can't hear a word. So, yeah, maybe they have bothered to tell her all this time.
Maybe that's part of the subtle charm of Manchi.
Yeah.
The fact that we can't hear her properly.
Yay, clap, clap, clap.
Yeah, clap, clap, clap. That's why she does subtitles, dude.
That's
because she's
true.
like, can't afford a microphone. I'll put some subtitles to go, yay, clap, clap, clap.
Yeah, she's prompting the audience. Look, I know you can't hear me, but this is how I want you to react.
Yeah, I want you to react, yay, clap, 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 smiley face, exclamation point.
Yeah. Okay, we got an icy texture.
You will see the texture is real like icy. It's like a slush. So let's start.
Like a slush.
Then this,
She's not eating the green bits.
really fresh and beautiful, eh?
Beautiful. There are some good looking straws.
They're good. Okay, now, I guess the question back to do beforehand. Did he wash them beforehand?
Yeah, she was just washing them then.
No, I'm talking about the dude beforehand with the 100 litres.
Oh, good question. Yeah, he might get some salmonella poisoning or some shit,
Yeah.
Bruno.
We can only hope.
Yeah, please.
Cut it into small pieces.
Okay.
So we are going to freeze these strawberries.
Well, man,
The
she's
reason I
disproving
cut
my
into
point
small
from earlier where I'm like, surely it leaves some kind of red discoloration at the bottom.
Yeah, she's covered in it. Instantly.
But not on the bench. It's not.
This is that
I know, maybe I'm wrong with the other
too
dude.
large, and later when you blend,
Maybe it's just when the kids eat it, it ends up everywhere, Greeno.
Yeah, I think so. Just my kid and your kid that just fucking destroy everything and turn everything red.
They wear it, yeah.
the milk is not easy to blend all nicely, smoothly.
Yeah.
So let's put it this all in.
That's a good point,
bowl.
Manchi.
Yep.
Add 2 tablespoons sugar, white or brown.
That's not a tablespoon, Manchi. That is a shovel.
That's a soup ladle, that thing.
It's a soup ladle of sugar that Manchi is putting into this thing.
That's something you serve gruel in at an orphanage.
100%. Please, sir, can I have some more? My word.
This is brown.
This is brown.
Well mixed.
Okay.
Well mixed. Yeah.
Jump, jump.
Jump.
Yep.
Yeah. Smiley face.
Yep.
Keep this in the freezer. So I'm going to divide
Freezer.
it into 2 portions. Each portion for, I think, the 2 servings.
Okay.
This is
I mean, it's a lot of money to spend on a milkshake.
A milkshake, you could just literally buy like strawberry
powder.
move.
Yeah.
Buy strawberry move for like $1.
I like organic things and fresh food and stuff. I really
Not
do.
with this much effort, man. We're fucking
Not with strawberries at $20 a fucking punnet or whatever it
we're
is.
$40 deep into this fucking milkshake already. And there's no milk yet. Don't get me started on the milk.
Oh, the milk's not cheap either. We'll have
we've
to
got
call
8
up that raw milk guy. Remember him?
Yeah,
that we watched.
We've got 8 ladles of sugar to go with the strawberries.
Yeah.
Surely I can just fork out for a strawberry move. I'll be okay.
I could get a week's worth of ramen noodles for this. Great.
Yeah.
it's a half cup measurement.
I also think, like, if I've got that many strawberries, they're good looking strawberries. I think I'd just rather eat the strawberries than fucking whack them in a milkshake. Like,
Yeah.
you're ruining perfectly good strawberries by whacking it in milk. Just eat the strawberry.
You know, it's good. Lady Boogs introduced me to this, Greeno. A little bit of strawberries and brie cheese together.
Oh yeah, that'll work. I'm not a soft cheese fan though.
It's worth a try though, because the texture of the strawberry,
The creaminess.
it fools you into thinking that the cheese isn't soft.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so you just literally just slice off a little bit of brie, have your strawberry, and just hold it together and whack it in, and it's fucking gorgeous. It's delicious.
You know what I did last night? So we're talking to soft cheeses. I did smoked salmon potato salad. But what I had in it was
Whoa. Smoked salmon potato salad?
Yeah, man, it was fucking pretty good. It was bagel.
But how is that even a thing? It's a
'Cause it's
potato salad is a potato salad, and smoked salmon is smoked salmon. So
okay,
did you
kind of
put smoked salmon in the potato salad, or did you add potato salad to the smoked salmon?
No. It was potato salad. It was salmon into the potato salad. Okay. So what it was, it's kind of a combination of 2 dishes, right? So it's in Canada, they do a lot of like cream cheese smoked salmon bagels with a side of potato salad.
Okay.
So it's kind of combining the 2. So you have like these
bunch
like
of fucking salad eaters up there, aren't they? By the sound.
But they do like that. You cut up bagels and turn them into little cruskets and bake them off, which is good. And that goes in there. But then what they did, and this is the point of the story, was little balls of cream cheese. And then you coat them in herbs and sesame seeds. Yes. And you put them in the salad. Yes. So slowly inside the salad, you're getting a little bite of salmon, a little bite of cream cheese,
of love.
But just little bits. And then it's in there with the potato. I'm like, that was a random bite. What was that? And didn't even pick it because they kind of like chill back together because you roll them, then you put them back in the fridge. Pretty good.
Yeah, no, nice, Gary. I do like it.
Nice, Gary. What if Manchi has got a smoked salmon and cream cheese potato salad recipe somewhere? I'll look that up for next week.
Pull that shit up, Jamie. Yeah. Okay. We're only halfway through this, by the way.
So I'm going to put this in the freezer.
Freezer. Really get a good knot on those bags.
Yeah, you need a good knot in the bag. Whack it in the freezer.
Ooh.
These strawberries are already frozen.
Oh, she's got a fucking rotating supply, Greeno.
She must love a strawberry milkshake. Yeah. Once again, at this point, get yourself a 2-liter move. I'm going to look up. Hang on. Bear with me. You keep playing.
Well, look at this. Look how many strawberries are in this bag.
That's what I mean. I'm going to work out how much is a 2-liter strawberry move.
And can you pull up the average price of a punnet of strawberries right
That's
now?
What I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Okay, I can get 2 liters of strawberry flavored milk for $6. Okay, all right, $6. Now,
geez, that's not fucking cheap either, is it?
No, it's 2 liters though.
Yeah, it used to be $2.
Yeah, it used to.
Fucking milk.
Punnet,
It's fucking milk with powder in it.
punnet of strawberries,
Yeah.
$10. One punnet of strawberries, $10.
And so one punnet would get you half a milkshake by this.
Half a milkshake, exactly.
And we can have 2 liters of strawberry milk.
Bad news though. The 2 litre out of stock at the moment.
Of course, no one can afford strawberries, Greeno.
If I want to buy that from Woolworths.
When strawberry prices go up, the big swinging dicks at Move Milk Company, Greeno, start celebrating. They're like, we're going to shift some product today.
Big flavoured milk at it again.
Big milk.
Milk again. Oh, there we go. $6 for $6.50 for a 2 litre Big M strawberry flavoured. That's
M,
still. Yeah. I'm still saving $3.50 compared to a punnet of strawberries.
Absolutely,
that's solid.
I have several bags here.
Munchie has literally got about $400 worth of strawberries right there.
There's a little tip: freeze mini bags when strawberries are in season, Greeno.
Mm-hmm.
Time I can make strawberry shake. Put them back into my freezer again.
You know what you could do? Because she's only got some fresh strawberries. Now, wait, bear with me. I'm going to find out how much the cost of frozen strawberries are.
You can't buy frozen strawberries. That's disgusting. That's awful.
She's freezing the fucking strawberries.
Yeah, but you're buying them fresh, so it's not the same.
There you go. Frozen strawberries, $6.
Yeah, right.
So I can get the frozen strawberries, add some milk. I'm still out. It's still cheaper for me to buy the milk.
Yeah.
The strawberry milk. But I can almost balance it by just getting frozen strawberries at $6.20. Getting a litre of milk for how much milk costs these days, and then combining it.
I wonder if anyone's ever been brave enough to add strawberries to strawberry milk, Greeno. Or is that too much strawberry? Yeah.
Double down like a speedball, if you will.
You know what? That's going on the bucket list.
Strawberry milk.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm going to live life on the edge.
On the edge. Get yourself a strawberry milk.
And add strawberries.
Get yourself $6. $10 punnet of strawberries and waste that $10 by putting it in
$16 milkshake. Read them and weep. That's when you know you're living large, eh?
Do you remember back in the day when you used to go, we wouldn't go there, but you'd see Boost Juice and you're like, $10 for a fucking
fruit buying this
shake?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Why is it $10? Yeah. I'm starting to realize why it's $10 for a fruit smoothie at Boost Juice.
No, it's $10 for a fruit smoothie at Boost Juice because our city in Sydney is filled with so many pretentious fucking wankers that it makes it profitable, Greeno.
That as well.
Yeah. They're not going to buy, they're not going to buy like a daily juice. They're not a daily juice. We're not a daily juice city. I'm a daily juice guy, but this is not a daily juice city. This is a gourmet fucking, this is a gourmet top shelf 3 Michelin star juice city that we live in, Greeno.
Just only 1 minute after, you can easily split this guys.
Okay. Or this way, yeah. Or you can bash it a little bit.
Or you could just not freeze it.
And just have fresh ones, yeah.
Yeah, because she's putting it in a blender. I don't know why we need to freeze the fucking strawberries before you put it in a blender.
I guess because it'll be extra cold. The milkshake, right?
Can't you just add ice to it?
Then that's too much water. You're adding too much water.
Okay, well, put the strawberries in there and then whack it in the fridge. If you want it cold, right?
I guess that's what a fridge is for.
I feel like Manchi's adding unnecessary steps to a recipe.
Freeze the strawberries. Why, Manchi? But I want a milkshake now. Why do I have to wait a day?
A day and a half. Peel freeze some fucking strawberries. Why don't you just put it in the fridge? It's okay.
Milk.
Maybe she doesn't trust us after we make the milkshake to have the self-control necessary to put it in the fridge after it's made to let it chill.
I also love the fact that this is a form. Okay, once again, if you can operate a computer enough to look up YouTube and look up Manchi's recipe, surely you can work out if I put strawberries and milk in a blender, I can make a strawberry milkshake. I don't think I need a formative video.
It's a recipe, Greeno.
You know what I mean? Like
cut the strawberry, put sugar, freeze, add milk. It's a hell of a recipe. It's not even a recipe; it's all method, isn't it?
It's all method. We're only halfway through this fucking recipe.
One and half.
1.5.
1.5. All right, go with you.
That was a little more than a half, Mang Chi. I'm just going to pull her up. Did you see that?
I did.
This is like the 2 tablespoons of sugar all over again here. That was not a half.
That's a full. You've added another full there, Manchi. Yeah,
it's 3/4.
I think I need to start adding comments to Manchi's videos.
Yeah. Well, you're a fucking liar. That's not a
2
tablespoon.
tablespoon honey or sugar.
Okay.
1, 2.
Oh, okay.
That's close.
Yeah.
Really nicely.
I need a good blender. I'm missing out on the blender life, Greeno.
You don't have a blender?
Oh, we've got one, but I just don't know if it's worth the trouble. Half the time. And yeah, there is one floating around in the house. The Lady Boog uses it when she makes like kind of she does like kale drinks and all that kind of weird stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Healthy shit. Yeah.
Healthy good stuff, yeah. And it's nice when she makes it, but I don't make any of that stuff, you know. I had a steak and 2 lamb chops for dinner tonight, Greeno. You know, no kale in sight. Anyway, so you know, but I do need to up my blending game. I feel like I am missing out on things. But with strawberries, really $10 a punnet, I guess I'm going to have to keep it in the drawer, you know?
You're not missing shit, man. Literally, like I've got 3 different blenders in my house, and the only time I use them is when I'm making like a dressing or a sauce.
Really? So you're not making fruit drinks or anything like that?
When the kids want like a fruit smoothie or something, we'll whack it out. But and once again, we don't freeze them. You know what we do? We whack the fruit and we whack the milk and we whack the honey in there, and we blend it and we pour it.
And you drink it right up, right there.
And we drink it right up. I feel like Manchi's making this too complicated.
What about shit like carrot juice and stuff? People drink that stuff, Greeno. How do you blend carrots? Do you have to? You don't.
You got to. No, that's when you need a juicer.
Okay. Juicer is different to a blender, is it?
It's different, yeah. Juicer is different to a blender. It gets rid of all the excess pulp. Whereas a blender just shreds everything, but you're still going to get lumpy shit. Like you're never going to fully liquefy a carrot. Whereas a juicer will get the juice out of a carrot and not leave you with the pulp.
Right. Okay. Interesting.
You literally, if you want to get juice out of a carrot, you got to if you want to get 1 cup of juice out of a carrot, you got to go through like 800 carrots.
Well, they're cheaper than fucking strawberries, I guess.
It seems like a waste of perfectly good carrot.
Yeah.
So check it out.
But once again, you can buy the carrot juice, $3.
Check it out.
Check it out.
It's like a slush. Put this here.
It's like a slush.
Yep. It's very lumpy.
That's very lumpy. I feel like that needs an extra blend. That's a bit too thick for my liking.
It looks appealing, but to my eyes, it needs some fucking vodka in it or something, you know. Bit of rum, Greeno, would probably do the trick. Okay. You got to eat it with a spoon, do you? Oh.
Yeah, when you got to eat it with a spoon, that's not a drink anymore. Like, that is not a drink.
Okay, it's a big straw.
A little bit. She's got a bit of frilly shit on the outside of a straw, though. That's nice.
This is interesting. This is very
for you, for your guest.
This is very Asian of Mang Chi. She has, for you, is the full one and half a one for the guest, Greeno. They only get half.
There you go.
I don't know you that well.
Yeah. I make.
Yeah. Well done, Mang Chi.
Well done, Manchi. Quick little opening of the kimono. We said before the start of the show as we were pulling up the the rundown. Look, we've got all these things here. What's the bet we'll get through this show and hardly get to half of it?
Yeah. We
are over an hour into this show and we got through 1. We got distracted.
Well, let's get through 4 in 1, Greeno, by showing this person.
This guy.
Yeah. Is it a guy?
Hero or douchebag? Hero or douchebag?
Hero or douchebag. Let's have a look.
So, as a fat
I think it's a girl.
I often...
Oh, that's a girl.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
Chauvinists and sexists and misogynists.
I thought that was a man, dude.
And sexist.
Yeah, no, it's not a man. Well, at least who knows in 2024, Greeno? You just don't know these things.
Okay, hear me out, right? So at this point, the man is covering up the boob area. However, it looks good like it could be man titty.
Yeah, it does.
At this particular angle. Now, when she moves that bag away, and then I see the the Bam Bam Flintstones kind of thing underneath and the frilly shit, maybe then there's kind of like But then again, it looks like she's got hairy arms, like really hairy arms. I'm seeing a bit of hair there.
It's a little
So that's
shoulder
what-
tat there as well,
And a
hiding
shoulder-
behind the
that-
wife beater.
I thought, and then it's a very manly looking woman.
Yeah, it's not a handsome woman.
No,
Interesting. The TikTok is Belly Moss, Greeno. So
belly moss.
The text to go along with this is: if a doctor warns a fat person about the health problems associated with being obese, they are fat phobic. Apparently, so that's what this video is about. Let's have a listen.
So, as a fat person, I often dread medical appointments.
Well, you should, because it's like cholesterol, liver damage. You know, like
Yeah,
I would too.
Yeah, when I go into something where I'm like, they're going to deliver a lot of bad news, I'd probably dread going to those appointments too.
Look, I know that I drink far too much and I probably eat too much red meat, so I've solved this by just not going to
I go to the doctor
appointments, and then I avoid that kind of dread. I don't have to live through that, Greeno. So it's a positive. It's a plus.
Because of blatant medical fat phobia.
Because of blatant, I dread going to the doctor, not because of my obvious and inherent
morbid obesity.
a health condition, but because of the doctor's fat phobia, Greeno. They're afraid. The doctor is afraid.
They're afraid of the fat.
Of the fat, yeah. And we're not talking about Paul Vorton, even though it kind of looks like him, doesn't it?
Well, this lady makes Paul Vorton look like
less fatty. We'll have to start calling Paul skinny.
Yeah.
Dread medical appointments because of blatant medical fat phobia. The last OB appointment I went to, the provider blamed everything on my weight and told me that I
Who would have thought? Who would have thought the health
Obviously
problems?
a quack, Greeno.
Yeah, this guy, what's this guy's problem? And he's years of medical experience and years of scientific proof of the damage that obesity can cause on certain things like, your heart, your arteries, your liver, to name a few. Heaven forbid where that guy pass that information on in his role as a medical professional.
Yeah. I like that you're going to the doctor. Now, that's not to say doctors are always right, because they're not. No one's sucking up the ass at doctors here, but
we've talked about how much we hate doctors previously on this show.
But when a person of a certain carriage walks into the doctor's office, and sits down, and you look at their numbers and it says, high cholesterol or this and that, you can pretty much, you don't have to be a fucking doctor to figure it out, right? So I just find it interesting that this person's gone into the doctor and the doctor said, look, you're probably a little heavy. You should probably, and her response is not to say, well, first of all, why are you going to the doctor in the first place?
That was going to be my question. Why are you going to the doctor? If you're like, look, I'm feeling all these symptoms. If you are like, well, I don't think they have anything to do with being fat. And if you say that is to do with the fatness, then that's just fat phobia.
Yeah.
Why are you going to the doctor?
Yeah. You've got high cholesterol. Why is that? Is it, are you a little, obese? No, it's because I'm very stressed at work. That's why.
That's not how medicine works.
I've eaten 100 liters of strawberries yesterday.
Yes, yesterday. That's it. That's definitely the inflation.
I've been putting 2 shovel loads into my strawberry milkshakes because I've been binging on man-chi recipes.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on, dog. I'm just following man-chi's recipe for strawberry milkshakes. 2 tablespoons. I just used the shovel, and that's all we need.
I needed to go on a medication that made me feel really terrible. This OB appointment that I just went to, I've been dreading, and the provider was amazing. She asked me what my pronouns are.
Nice, Gary!
That's the important thing.
That's the important part when I go to a medical appointment.
Yeah.
She asked me about my name.
Mm-hmm.
She made me feel super comfortable.
See, this is the thing. You don't actually want a doctor. You want a friend.
Yeah.
Like,
not even a friend.
You don't.
No. You don't want a friend because a friend would go, "Hey, man, you're a fat fuck. Put the spoon down."
Nice, Gary.
That's a friend.
A friend would actually give you harsh advice.
You go, man. What are you doing? You kill yourself. Like
you don't want a doctor or a friend. You want an enabler.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Wow, that's what you remember about the doctor. See, if I go to a doctor and I like them, and the doctors that I like are pretty rare, but on the occasion that I do speak to a doctor and I actually really warm to them, it's usually because they're very knowledgeable and they are not, because you kind of get used to doctors' lines and pushing you on to medicine. So I appreciate a doctor that's willing to think outside the box a little bit and, you know, genuinely have an interest for you and what you might have done in the past or what your current conditions are or whatever. And it's like, well, maybe this doesn't work for this guy. Have you ever thought about doing this? Because I know this, and this, and that might sound a little weird. You know, I appreciate those kinds of doctors. Those are the ones for me that like are really valuable. The ones that don't even look at you and kind of just jot down your conditions and then Google. I've sat in a doctor's office, Greeno, where the doctor has Googled like the thing that I'm describing and said, oh, okay, yeah, it says you should take this medicine.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I could have done that.
But she would love that. That chick would love the doctor as long as she asked about pronouns and her name.
Yeah. So the good doctors, I think, are the ones that are like I said, very knowledgeable and, you know, they're not going to patronize you. They're not going to pat you on the back and say, good job. But they are going to try and, you know, do their best to find things that work for you. Right.
You know the doctor I want? The one's going to fucking make me like fix whatever my problem is. So if my ankle hurts,
that's ultimately the same thing.
Do what you need to do to stop my ankle from hurting.
Yeah.
If like what surgeries I've had in the last year, between my knee, I went to a doctor and they're like, "This is what you need to do to fucking stop your knee from hurting. This is what you need to do to fucking stop your hernia from hurting. This is what you need to do for this." That's a good doctor. Now, if the doctor comes in and is like, "Hey man, I don't know how to fix your knee, but what's your name? What's your pronouns?"
Yeah.
That is not a good doctor. If the doctor walks in and is like, "Hey man, what's your pronouns?" I'm out. Like, bro, like I'm here for my fucking knee. Tell me about my knee. Like, give me your medical expertise on what makes my knee stop fucking hurting.
Sorry, patient. We don't actually use the term knee anymore because that's offensive to American Indians. So
pain phobia.
Yeah, pain phobia.
Well, asked me about my trauma history so that she knew how to touch me in ways that were not harmful.
Okay.
She just was like,
trust me. I'm looking at this lady. Her touch history is pretty slim.
No, I think it's epic because every time she gets on a bus or something, it's going to be touched.
Different touching.
Every time,
it's not inappropriate touching.
Yeah.
It's like inadvertent.
Inadvertent touching, yeah. It's unavoidable touching, Greeno. I think
my touch history.
It's grazing everybody.
Yeah.
And I was crying before getting my blood drawn because I just never have good experiences with medical providers, and so I don't know.
I was crying, Greeno.
Nice, Gary!
Crying. Not because of the diagnosis, but because they asked me what my pronouns were. So there you go.
Yeah,
absolutely fantastic.
It was actually excess fat drippings seeping from my eye pores, but nonetheless.
Now, see, the way I think of it, Greeno, you could go one or two ways, right? You could go that first way, which is kind of the self-ashamed kind of, you know, I'm not going to say weak because I reckon she's probably pretty powerful. Because if you can get that weight moving in the right direction, you know, you could stop a Mack truck, Greeno, if
inertia,
you center your gravity right correctly. Yeah. So you can go one of two ways. You can kind of go that kind of enfeebled, well, I'm really sad because they don't ask me my pronouns and they're fat phobic, or you can fucking own the shit. You can own it, Greeno. And this guy here, which is real Nicocado avocado, Greeno. Yeah. This guy owns the shit. And we were talking about blenders before. Is this a juicer or a blender that this guy
That's a blender, bro. That's definitely a blender.
Okay.
That's definitely not a juicer. That's a blender because this is going to turn all this stuff into a beautiful kind of slush.
Yes.
It's not going to juice it, but it's going to be good.
So
and I'm really putting it out here.
Yeah.
This guy is going into a doctor's surgery. He's not going into doctor's surgery. If he walks in, he doesn't want to get asked his pronouns. He doesn't want to get asked shit. Yeah. He's just kind of like, how do you cut me open and how do you get all the shit out of my chest?
So I can do it again. I want to reset.
Yeah, I need a hard reset here. Cut me open, unclog the arteries, put in some stents, and then we're good to go. We're back into it.
Going right back to Chick-fil-A. I'm trying to figure out the food that he's got here in front of him. So if you're listening to
all right, so there's a Taco Bell there. There's definitely a Taco Bell.
Is that a Chick-fil-A? That's
a Chick-fil-A
drink.
We got a Macca's.
What's this drink? See where the TikTok symbol is there.
We need Stephen Babb for this one.
Well, we got Dave in the chat. He knows his fast food as well because Dave is the one who put us onto that. Is it Sonic Burger?
He did put us on Sonic Burger.
Yeah,
I see a KFC there. There's a KFC. In the middle. What else can I identify here? Is there some dim sim? Or is that chicken down the like right next to the tong? Oh, not the tongs.
Yeah, that looks like some kind of fried fish or something. I reckon that's is that a big bowl of spaghetti that's behind it?
I couldn't know that's spaghetti or like those Asian like fried noodles.
Yeah, like egg noodles or something. Okay.
Yeah, like a stir fry.
Okay. Looks like we've got a big thing of mayonnaise too, just sitting next to the empty
wash it down with a big bucket of mayo. But nonetheless, let's progress with this. So this man, for our podcast listeners, don't check the YouTube thing before it gets pulled down.
We'll just go on the Twitter. The Twitter video will still be there. So follow at the starting block when we drop the K at the end, and then you'll see the video of this, and follow along at home. You'll have a great time. It's good.
But if you're just listening at home, this man has got a plethora of different fast foods, and he can't get up because he's a big boy. So he's got what would you call these? Like extender tongs, maybe? Like pincers? I don't know what you'd refer to this apparatus as.
I'm just looking actually at the bag, the fast food bag on the right. It's got some text on it. I'd love to know whose bag that is. It says 11 flavors means making hard choices or a bigger bag. That's the most American thing I've ever seen in my life. Making hard choices or a bigger bag. I wonder what the 11 flavors are. Is that Taco Bell that they're referring? Can you Google that, Greeno, and see
I'm looking it up now, man. I'm looking it up.
11 flavors means making hard choices or a bigger bag.
Well,
that is American as fuck. It's a fucking big bag too. It's like the size of his torso. Look at it.
Well, Jesus. I'm going to quickly put in an image of what shows up when I search that in the image, and it seems about right based on this particular food item.
Okay, this is intriguing the way you're selling this. Where is it? Where's my link?
Just send it to your Twitter feed.
Okay.
Wingstop is the answer to the actual company name.
Wingstop. So they do chicken wings, do they?
Chicken wings, yeah.
I can't see it on Twitter. Where is it? Where did you send it?
I sent it to your DMs.
It's not there.
It is, man. I just fucking sent it.
I've
Where
got
is
strawberry milkshake and that's it.
Let's have a look.
No,
I'm saying I sent it.
Milkshake.
Anyway,
there it is. Oh, okay. My new diet as a disabled person. Okay.
Nice, Gary!
Yeah, but you didn't oxygen tank.
This
You didn't oxygen tank to pump this down. Yeah.
Holy shit. Let me.
It almost looks like the same dude.
It might be, Green.
It actually does look like the same dude.
Let me just put this on the big screen for everyone so you can see what we're talking about.
That's the same guy, isn't it?
There you go. It is more Nick Accardo. That's him.
Yeah.
That's him. That's his. Oh, no. So this is real Nick Accardo avocado. This one.
Yeah.
This is more Nick Accardo. Yeah. My new diet as a disabled person. So what's the name of this joint again?
Wingstop.
Wingstop. Okay, that's one that's going to have to go on the bucket list.
So Wingstop, yeah, they do looks like buffalo wings. Let's have a look at different flavors they've got there. Oh, yeah, so it's all different spicy wings. So you can go from atomic, mango habanero, Cajun, original hot, spicy Korean Q.
I'm not a chicken wing guy because I feel like it's all bone, you know?
Yeah, for the most part. I started doing like little chicken tenders last week.
Yeah, tendies
and using like the buffalo sauce I normally put on wings. Just to kind of give it a marinade, give me the same kick as I'd get out of a hot wing.
Yep.
But that.
So I every on a high rotation every few weeks or so, I have what's called a Friday, and now Friday might be Saturday or Sunday or whatever, but it's deep Friday, and I spend a good kind of 5 or 6 hours prepping the chicken and the chips, and I just stand in front of the fucking deep fryer. Those are my favorite days, Greener. Standing in front of the deep fryer, deep frying shit. It's a glorious way to spend an afternoon, you know what I mean? Put a little bit of motorsport on TV and just stand there, watch the motorsport, get drunk slowly and deep fry shit. It's fucking, you haven't lived until you've had one of those days.
Can we step back in time for maybe like 8 minutes of this show before?
Well, just before we do, I'm just going to say I don't fuck with chicken with bones. I just do breast and I just cut them into tendies.
Yeah, that works.
Chicken tendies shapes, and because it can be moist in the middle, it's cooked all the way through, and it's not all bone. That's the thing with wings. It's like there's very little chicken on a fucking chicken wing. It's mostly bone. So I don't actually get it. I don't get why they're so popular. And it's something disgusting to me about, like having the bone and sucking on a pile of bones afterwards. And it's like, ew, I want an empty plate when I'm done,
I was always that way. But then for some reason, the novelty of it, I started to enjoy a little bit. Like similar, it's like ribs, right? Like you're kind of gnawing at a bone when you eat some like beautiful like barbecue smoked ribs.
Yeah, but the bone the meat just falls off it. Like it melts off ribs if it's done properly. And beef ribs, you get a lot of beef on a beef.
Yeah.
It's like a steak basically with a bone attached. So what were you going to say? What were you stepping back in time? I
was stepping back in time to 8 minutes. 8 minutes ago, we were looking at the other lady's video. And then you've just gone on a tangent about how you love just sitting there staring over a deep fryer. And I'm like, a good friend will go, hey, man, maybe you should look into that. I feel like I need to step in.
Are you giving me an intervention right now?
I feel like I need to give you an intervention here. I'm like, hang on.
Is it the deep frying or the copious amounts of alcohol that I drink whilst doing it?
Combination of
you're
both.
Concerned about.
I feel like I've got concerns over both. I'm like, am I a bad friend?
It was so funny. Because the reason that I've gotten into deep frying is because myself and the Lady Boogs, we were just trying to kill an afternoon and we were flicking around Netflix looking for a food show to watch.
Yeah.
And we came across this one where it's this black guy, I forget his name, but he's like this super passionate and he just does reviews of deep fry places.
Okay.
And it's called like fried something and so it's 3 words. It's like they all rhyme. It's a very funny title for the show. Someone out there will know it. And he's so passionate about it. Like, he's like, oh, my God, baby Jesus, this is the best damn fry I've had this side of Alabama. Oh, my Lord, my mouth is a watering. And he's like a preacher for fast food.
Yeah.
And I just got so enthusiastic. The next day, I dragged Lady Boogs out of bed, took her to Harvey Norman. I'm like, we're going deep fry shopping.
Oh, wait.
I went and bought a deep fryer. And we're in there, and, like, it's all air fryers everywhere. And
I was going to say, didn't you buy an air fryer like
a
year ago and you said, hey, this air fryer is the best thing ever?
No, that wasn't me. No.
Never, it was the deep fryer that you did your chicken tendies in.
Yes. No, it's deep fry, oil fryer.
Okay, I thought it was an air fryer. Okay,
oil fryer. No, and the reason is because when we were, looking for an oil fryer to buy, the person comes over and I'm like, yeah, where are your fries? And they're like, oh, this, and this. And I'm like, no, I'm looking for one that you fill up with oil. And the person working there kind of went, huh? What? Really? And my wife actually turned to them and said, everyone right now is buying like healthy fryers. You are literally the only person that's going out and buying one that you fill with fucking oil.
Nice, Gary!
I said, that's nothing, babe. One day when we move and we get our forever home and I'll have my outdoor kitchen, I want like a bathtub size. I want to deep fry a whole fucking pig, Greeno, at once.
Like a whole thing, yeah.
That's my dream. I want to deep fry a whole animal, a whole beast. I want it to be able to, possible to fall in there and deep fry yourself. And what a great way to go out,
And if random animals just happen to fly in.
Yes.
So be it.
I'll litter like bread around the deep fryer and hope that pigeons just land in it. We're eating dinner tonight. Okay, let's have a look at this. Okay, so we've got a little burger there. That looks like a burrito.
Burrito. Well, it's dropped a little bit there.
KFC. Taco, mayonnaise.
There's the mayo. And that's ranch dressing.
Ranch dressing, yeah. Oh, and that's creaming soda, I think.
Creaming soda. I've had a good. When's the last time you had creaming soda? I feel like I need to have a creaming soda sometime soon.
Yeah.
See, that man, she's put too much effort into her one. In retrospect, he didn't freeze any of it. Oh, Jesus.
Nice, Gary!
Pretty safe to say, hero.
Yeah.
Hero.
Oh, obviously, hero, yeah.
Because if you're a big man and you're kind of like, look, I don't give a fuck. Own it. Like, don't half-ass it. Just fucking go a full whole hog if you're going to go that way.
Definitely.
And that man is owning it. So fucking tip of the hat, sir.
Yep. Nice, Gary.
He'll be dead by 35, but fucking good on him.
Should we end the show on this, Greeno? Why does my phone not believe Stoush is a real word, Is it picking a fight, brawl, quarrel, tangle, tiff, or dust up with me? And so that's a good question. We've spoken about this before, Greeno. The inherent racism of Twitter not understanding Australian lingo. But you remember your tweet got banned because you said, "Oh, that was a cracker of a game." And I'm like, "Oh, that's racism." It's like, no, it's not, you fucking nigger.
It was hate speech, apparently.
Nice, Gary.
What hate speech? What are you talking about? No. Like, he said it was a cracker of a game.
It's a cracker of a game. It's a term, like a cracking good show. It was cracking. It was a cracker. But of course, in America, cracker is apparently a racist term against white people, Greeno. I don't know if you know that. It's supposedly because they were cracking whips or something. So that's a cracker. I think it's something to do with that. But
so what's the issue with Stoush, though?
Well, Stoush is another one. The phone does not understand what Stoush is. And someone's written here, I'd wager it's because it's an Australianism. I was quite surprised to discover, living in London, that nobody has any clue what I mean when I refer to someone spruiking, Greeno. You know the spruikers? Remember them at the shopping centre?
You sit there at the front, like, come on down, come on in. We got $5 buggins. You come on down. Yeah, the best spruiking story ever was from you when you were a butcher.
Yes.
Not that you did it, but you had someone. I'll let you tell the story. Because I think you know the story I'm about to tell.
Yep. Lamb legs, $3.99, and he saw this fat lady, and he said, "You, the fat one at the front, you could buy two."
Nice, Gary.
That's spruiking.
That's spruiking.
Spruiking. He's
two leg of lamb for $8.99. You could buy two. You could have two. You could buy two. Fucking funny fucker. There was this the spruik I remember the most.
I believe the story you told. Like, I believe the exact phrasing and what it was always made me laugh. Yeah. You, the fat lady in the corner, you could eat two.
Yeah, you could eat two. That's right.
Nice, Gary.
You could eat two. Oh God.
This has been a very fucking fat phobic show, by the way.
Yeah.
In retrospect, like that lady, man. I'll have to ask her pronouns. Earlier, she would hate this program. She would absolutely hate this episode. There'd be
we have been very phobic tonight, haven't we? It's not fair.
A little bit.
It's not good.
Let's lighten up a little bit. Let's give some love back to the educators, maybe.
Oh, okay. So we're not going to do the Stoush thing. I guess we've done it.
Oh, I thought we did it.
Yeah, fair enough. So this is a teacher apparently with a little TikTok, things that my 8th graders have said to me. So when you're in 8th grade, what are you, like 14?
Yeah, 13, 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Things that my 8th graders have said to me.
Okay, good. Why does she present it like she's a student and an 8th grade student doing show and tell, Greeno?
Because she's a teacher. She's already got that mentality of right. I need to present to the class.
Right.
Things that my 8th graders have said to me. Are you in therapy? You seem like the type.
Nice, Gary.
That's actually a really good one.
Good line.
Yeah, it's a great line. You seem like the type, because that actually just gets them asking questions like, "What's the type?
Yeah.
What type am I?" You know.
Yeah, that's actually kind of like deep. That's deep cuts.
That's really deep. That's actually a mind worm. That's one, because if you just say to someone, "You belong in therapy," that's just a kind of shallow insult. If you say to someone, "Are you in therapy? You seem like the type," because that's the kind of shit that'll keep them up at night thinking about it.
Thinking about it. And if they are in therapy, it's just going to cause more problems.
It's a fucking great line.
You look like my grandpa's couch.
Nice, Gary.
Even nice Gary to every one of these, I feel.
And now, I'm guessing maybe it's the way she dresses, because she's got like, I actually quite like, I think it's a good look, but she's got kind of like this lacy, frilly.
Like she's wearing a tablecloth.
Almost like a tablecloth, a little bit, like an old grandma tablecloth as her jumper.
People used to put little mini tablecloths on their couch, like cushion pillows, Greeno. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now that the ops are gone, we can yap.
I don't even know what that means.
A student got the answer right and yelled, "Yeah, I felt that one in my nuggets."
Oh
It's a good one.
That kid gets a fucking that one and a nice Gary.
And a nice Gary.
Nice, Gary.
Felt that.
Yeah,
one
there's ways to explain, kind of like, it's like it's hard to put your hand up in class and get the answer right. Like it's a nerve-wracking thing, especially at the ripe old age of 13, 14. You're like, it's very kind of nervous. You're lacking a lot of confidence in that era. So at that stage, you get one up. Like fucking, I'd feel it in my nuggets too. And he's expressing himself. It's like, man, I'm feeling myself right now. I'm right in the nuggets.
And her reading of it is probably not giving the proper context, because let's hear it again.
Got the answer right and yelled, "Yeah, I felt that one in my nuggets."
No, man,
it's probably like, "Yeah, I felt that one in my nuggets, bro."
Her delivery is what makes it funny, because it's like, yeah.
Yo, I felt that one in my nuggets.
Yes.
Look at this. She's a fraud. She's fucking laughing at that kid.
Look 100%.
Look at her. She's trying not to laugh, remembering this moment. Yeah.
How can you not laugh at the kid who felt it in his nuggets? Because he got it in his nuggets.
Look at her.
Your pants look like trash bags sewn together. Ha ha, trash bag pants.
Okay, that's more like a third grader, I think, than an eighth grader. I'm not
whereas
feeling that one in my nugget screener.
I'm not feeling nuggets either. The first one was deep cuts. That was lower grade.
Yeah.
Like the first one was like a year 11, like year 12 kind of cut.
Yeah.
That one there was like a year 5, year 6.
I feel like that was one of the special children who said that.
Yeah, 100%. That's the kid that, is flunking out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
That kid did not get an answer right and fill it in his nuggets. I'll tell you that.
Definitely not.
I don't get why you write so much on my rough draft. I'm not reading all that, bruh, for real, for real.
Nice, Gary.
Nice, Gary.
A couple of things on that one. So I love the fact that the dude is handing in his rough draft as his like final assessment.
Yeah.
And then wonders why there's notes. So that's pretty good.
Yes.
But credit to him for just being upfront, going, man, I ain't reading that, bro.
Nah.
Like, that's
For real.
Words.
Yeah.
That's a lot of words right there. Yeah. Like, just take my rough draft, roll with it. Let's see how we feel.
Miss Dugan, the toilet paper in this school sucks. I just got dookie on my hand.
Well, that's a fair complaint. Like, that's something that she needs to be aware of.
You probably need to raise that.
Yeah.
Because there's a toilet paper situation. Now, I'm assuming Miss Dugan works in a public school.
Definitely sounds like it.
Yeah, this doesn't sound like private education. So I can't imagine. I think we're talking one ply at this particular school. So it doesn't surprise me the kid got the dookie on the hand.
Single ply. That's how you can tell poverty, isn't it?
Fat ass alert. That one ended up being about me.
Yep.
I was eating some crackers.
Okay.
Miss Dugan, you don't want to know what I say about you behind your back or you'd quit your job.
Okay. I've got a quick little story time for you.
I like stories about pinatas.
In high school, there was one particular English teacher that I was in the class, and there was about 3 or 4 of us in the class. And I guess looking back on it, we made her life a living hell, just because we were unteachable. Typical as if you've listened to me for any length of time, you can imagine smart ass answer for everything. Always talking back. What used to frustrate my teachers was though that I would put no effort in and still ace everything. So because obviously those teachers, they relish the opportunities to tell you that you're failing when you're one of the problem students. But with me, they could never really do that. So it really frustrated them. Yeah. So, I would do nothing. I would have nothing written in my book or anything. And then come the end of the term or whatever, fill out the test and get fucking 90 out of 100 and fucking ace it and, go off whistling and go, thanks for the lessons, cunt,
Yeah.
I learned a lot. Thanks for that. So there was one teacher that kept me after class. Oh, I feel like I should say a name, but I'm not going to. I'm going to resist the urge. But she knows who she is. She kept me after class on my own. And I'm like, okay, what's up? And she started asking me questions like, why do you do this? why are you such a menace in my classroom? I'm like, I don't know what you mean, man. Just relax. And she started bawling her eyes out in front of me. It was one of the most awkward things. I was like a 14-year-old. She started bawling her eyes out in front of me and looked at me and said, "You are one of the reasons why I want to quit teaching." And I took that with a fucking, like a badge of honor.
Nice, Gary!
And to this day, I believe, because she ended up quitting like 6 months later, a year later or something, never went back. She quit, she left the profession. And when I tell people that story, they go, "Oh my God, that's horrible. How could you do that?" I'm like, no. What I've done is I have saved future generations of students from this terrible fucking teacher. I cleaned one out of the system. I got rid of one. Was
she a bad teacher? Or were you a bad student?
She was a terrible fucking teacher. That's why that's why I didn't respond to her. The good teachers I never had a problem with.
Yeah.
She was the kind, she would come in, she would write shit on the blackboard and then disappear for half an hour. She'd be in the fucking teacher's room eating Tim Tams and shit. She was an awful fucking teacher. She didn't actually teach anything. It was like, go to the textbook, read that. It was.
I was thinking you were just being a dick and you were just like made someone's life a living hell.
I was being a dick because I could be a dick because she wasn't captivating to me. She wasn't, a good teacher. A good teacher is one that makes you want to learn. She didn't make me want to learn. So,
fair enough.
So I saved the future students of that school from the horrors of having to be graded by this fucking awful teacher. So I'm going to give myself a nice Gary.
Nice, Gary!
Question for you. When she was having that speech with you, did you feel it in your nuggets?
Definitely felt it in my nuggets. Just snorted beer out of my nose with that question. Definitely felt it in my nugs, bro. For real.
And finally, how does it feel to be the only unmarried teacher in this school?
Nice, Gary!
Thank you.
That's it. There you go.
Now, for the podcast listeners, Miss Dugan, pretty tidy.
She's not unattractive.
If we're being fair.
Not my type, but not unattractive.
Not your type, but definitely my type, if I'm being honest. I feel this lady would, there'd be a lot more inappropriate comments that'd be made about Miss Dugan behind her back from 13 and 14-year-olds.
Are you saying you're feeling it in your nugs, Greeno?
There'd definitely be some nug feelings when it comes to Miss Dugan if I was a 13 or 14-year-old student in her class. I'm just saying.
There you go. You could have been on that list, Greeno.
We all had that teacher in high school or, actually.
I don't really remember one in our high school. I think they were all kind of average in my high school. I didn't have a hot high school teacher.
It was always
kind of one in primary school, but I was too young, obviously, to appreciate it.
Too young to understand. Yeah. But in high school, it was always like slim pickings. So it was kind of like, what is it? It's always like female race drivers, where it's like Danica Patrick is like, oh, so hot. But no, she's not that hot. She's just hot compared to all other female race drivers.
Correct. It's like politician hot.
Yeah, politician hot. It's just all within scope.
Yeah.
That's how we always felt in high school. You're like, well, this teacher's hot. But is it just because she's generally hot or just hot compared to other teachers because everyone else is like a 50-year-old lady? I feel like it was the latter.
Yeah, definitely.
In our high school.
Yeah,
so you'd have because you have your PE teachers.
It was always the PE teachers. That's where
they were young and fit.
Yeah.
Quick little story time.
Please.
I like stories about pinatas.
You yourself, you were like state level swimmer in primary school, high school. Like you were competitive. Like could have done massive things. Yeah, you did really, really well. Me on the other hand, I was in the kiddie pool when all the other kids were like swimming in the events because I just flat out can't swim. But when you get to year 7 and 8, it's not kind of like primary school where they're like, oh, everything's optional. Blah, blah, blah. It's like you're fucking hopping in the pool. So everyone had to mandatory do like one event. So I was like, well, I can't swim, but fucking
I got to do one.
I've got to do one. I guess I'll do. There's no fucking
Everyone
20-meter
50-meter freestyle.
There's no 20-meter doggy paddle. So I guess I'm going to fucking do the like 50-meter freestyle. Now, as a dude who literally can't swim, I I lasted like fucking 5 strokes because I knew the general principle of swimming. I just couldn't fucking do it.
I know the concept, but I've never put it into practice. Yeah.
I'd seen it. I used to watch a lot of Olympic swimming events. I just can't fucking do it myself. So I jumped in the pool in high school, and ironically, fucking middle lane. They put me in the middle lane, even though I can't swim. Put me on the edge, right?
Put him next to the fence, yeah, please. So you can grab hold of something.
So jump in, do a couple of strokes, realize I'm about to fucking drown here. So I'm like, blah, 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 blah. At that point, the hottest teacher we had in year 8, the PE teacher, jumps in, has to be my lifeguard.
Oh, I see.
And has to carry me back from the middle lane all the way back to the edge on her chest.
On wet T-shirt situations.
Well, no, in like Cosy.
Oh, even better. Yeah.
Like, no fucking thing. It was like Cosy. And so this is like 13-year-old me, I guess.
Oh, boy.
And at this point, I'm fucking embarrassed as all hell. I'm like, oh, man, it's so embarrassing, man. I'm fucking drowning. I literally had to have a teacher save me.
Drag me in by my penis, miss.
I didn't realize. I wasn't thinking at the time. I was more just embarrassed because I'm like, fuck, man, I'm like, everyone in the whole school is just fucking watching me drown in the middle of fucking thing. Like, I'm already like a nerdy kid. I already don't have any friends. Like, it fucking sucked. And I get pulled out and I go back to, remember we had houses. So you go back to your house area. I'm like, I'm still struggling to breathe. I was underwater and get over there. And all the fucking, like all the boys are cheering me. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on? Like, bro, that is the fucking smoothest thing ever. Like, Miss Nolan just fucking, you had Miss Nolan carry on her boobs, man.
You got heroed when
I got heroed by drowning because I was an incompetent swimmer, and it just happened to be the hot PE teacher that had to carry me back on her chest. So there you go.
Fell ass backwards, and from that point on, you were the ladies' man in the school. You were like, yeah, look at this kid. Look, there's not much of him. He might be a bit nerdy, but fuck, he can pull him. You know,
he's got game. That's just a good story to go out on.
Oh, fantastic. All right.
We don't have plugs. We don't do that anymore. Yeah, we'll be back next week.
See ya.
See you guys.
We'll always be bosom buddies, friends, sisters, and pals. We'll always be bosom buddies. If life should reject you, there's me to protect you.
If I say that your tongue is vicious,
if I call you uncouth,
it's simply that.
Who else but a bosom buddy will sit down and tell you